boys and girls. So for the last few weeks, we've been talking about nursery rhymes. And if I were to ask you to describe a nursery rhyme for me, you might say that it's a pretty short story. It has rhyming words in it. There are animals sometimes and kids or people as characters. Sometimes the nursery rhymes are definitely make-believe, and sometimes something like that nursery rhyme could really happen. Well, now we are going to be moving on to something called a fable. For the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about fables. If you don't know what a fable is, it's kind of like a nursery rhyme in the way that it is a story. It has been around for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. But a fable is a lot longer than a nursery rhyme. It's a story, and what's cool about a fable is that there is a lesson to be learned at the end of every story, and we'll make sure we talk about that lesson every time. Another word for lesson is a moral. A moral of the story is something that the character learns because there's a problem and they try to fix the problem. You'll often notice that the characters in fables are pretty much always animals. The first fable we're going to be talking about today involves a lion and a mouse, so we get to find out who learns the lesson in this fable.
One day, a little mouse was scampering along when he came upon a great sleeping lion. At first, the mouse did not know it was a lion. He ran up the lion's tail and jogged down the lion's back. When he realized he was climbing on a lion, the mouse turned to run away, but by that time it was too late. The lion had woken up. The lion was very angry at being disturbed. He gave a ferocious roar and scooped the mouse up with his big paw. "How dare you wake me up?" bellowed the lion. "Don't you know I am the king of beasts?" The lion was just about to swallow the mouse when the tiny animal cried out, "Please, your majesty, I didn't mean to disturb you. If you will let me go, I will be grateful to you forever. And, if I can, I will do you a favor someday." The lion laughed a big laugh. He could not imagine any way in which a tiny mouse could help a big, strong lion like himself. But since the very thought of a mouse helping a lion had made him laugh and had put him in a better mood, he decided to let the mouse go. Not long after, the mouse was running along in the jungle when he heard a terrible roaring nearby. He went closer to see what the trouble was, and there he saw the lion. The lion was caught in a hunter's net and could not get out. The mouse remembered his promise to the lion, and he began gnawing the ropes of the net with his sharp little teeth. He kept gnawing until he had made a hole in the net big enough for the lion to get free. "You laughed when I said I would repay you for letting me go," said the mouse. "But now you see that even a little mouse can help a lion." So, the moral of the story is, little friends may be great friends.
Just like the nursery rhymes, I'm going to be asking you questions to help you comprehend what happened in the fable. Question 1. Who are the characters in this story? The lion and the mouse. Question 2. I know you know about lions and mice in real life, so if I were to ask you, talk about their sizes, I think you would be able to answer that. Lions are definitely bigger than mice. They're big, they're strong, they're fast. Mice are fast as well, but they're pretty small and weak. Question 3. In the fable, what's something that the lion and the mouse do that they cannot do in real life? If you answered talk, you're right. Lions and mice cannot talk. So if we know that lions and mice do not talk in real life, does this fable seem like a make-believe story? I would say so. You're not going to see a lion and a mouse talking back and forth to each other in real life. Question 4. How does the lion feel in the beginning of the story when the mouse is running across its back? Probably pretty upset, bothered. He was resting and something ran over it and disturbed it. And because the lion is so upset, he plans to eat the mouse. Question 5. Why does the lion decide not to eat the mouse? Well, do you remember the mouse was talking to the lion and saying, "Please, if you let me go, I might help you one day." And the lion thought that was just so funny. He thought a mouse could never help him, so he thought it was a funny joke, and he got put in a better mood, so he let the mouse go. But how does the mouse actually help the lion later on? He gnaws on the rope to let the lion free. Do you remember the moral of this fable? At the end of my reading, it said little friends can be great friends. So let's talk about that. In the story, the mouse was little. So when you say little friends can be a great help, that's true. The mouse was little. But if you think about that in real life, I wonder if that moral or that lesson learned could be applied in real life. Have you ever considered yourself to be small or little before? Have you ever been able to do great things? I hope you can say yes. I'm sure there are great things that you have done before, even though you are young and small. Sometimes it's hard to think of something really great that you have done, but if you really don't know the answer to that, maybe you could talk to your grown-ups about it. I'm sure your grown-ups have examples of times that you did really great things. Even though the lion learned that lesson about small friends can do great things, I hope that you understand that lesson as well. I know I definitely believe in that lesson of the fable because I have been surrounded by young and shorter friends my whole life. So even though you might be little, I know that you can do really great, amazing things. I see it every day, and I truly believe it. At the end of every nursery rhyme video, I would always make sure to talk about the rhymes. But there aren't any rhymes in the fables, so at the end of every fable video, I'll make sure to talk about the moral of the story or the lesson. Did this fable remind you of anything? I wonder. All right, boys and girls, until next time, goodbye.